am Dr. Terry Best, and on behalf of the Newport News School Board and the City of Newport News, welcome to the next chapter for Huntington Middle School. Can we give a round of applause for that? As I reflect on my memories of the Huntington legacy, I recall the dedicated educators and staff who challenged, encouraged, and poured into students a sense of pride and belonging, nurturing qualities impacted me and other students to excel. Now at this point, I am going to veer from the script. I want to thank Ms. Michelle Price, who is one of the absolute best at what she does. She absolutely is. But sometimes, in some things that you experience, you have to tell your own story. So today marks a significant occasion, an exciting new step in the continued tradition of the great Huntington legacy. Maybe not exactly the way that we envisioned it, but a significant occasion nonetheless. When I was asked to give remarks at the 100th Huntington celebration, I said the following: all of these significant buildings that people of color historically had as markers of family, community, growth, overcoming, and successes are being destroyed, and with them, their stories. These stories best stay alive in a living, organic setting, a day-to-day functioning setting, a viable school, a physical plant that fuses the historical building and the future growth in a tangible building that demonstrates the respect of the history and legacy of a rich, storied people. While we honor and recognize the significance and impact of this education institution known as Huntington, we are excited for this new chapter, which will build on the legacy of learning for future generations. Although much of the building may be gone, the heart and the soul of Huntington lives in us. And I'm going to repeat that. The heart and the soul of Huntington, it lives in us. I am very, very proud to say that I have my mother in the audience today, and that's my mother there, Margaret Best. My mother comes from Rocky Mount, North Carolina, and she attended Booker T. Washington High School in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. I never attended Booker T. Washington High School. I never had a chance to go into that building where she attended high school, but she told me the stories. So I know about her classmates. I know about her teachers. I know about the hard work that they poured into the students. I know about their high expectations. And I know about sometimes how they were very critical, but what they were trying to do was prepare her for the world. And that is exactly what the teachers and the faculty at Huntington High School did for the students and for our community and for our city. So it is up to us to tell the stories, to perpetuate the legacy of excellence and achievement, kindness, charity, perseverance, pride, and a love of community. Thanks to the collaborative efforts of the Newport News City Council, city leaders, the school board, the school division leadership team, and this great community. Yes, we are sad, but we are also excited to see this new era come to fruition. In the coming weeks and months, there will be a lot of activity in this area as the grounds are prepared for the construction of the new Huntington Middle School. Our new school will be a 600-student education center, a multi-story, state-of-the-art institution with a focus on STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. Our students, our community's next leaders, will learn and grow in learning studios and labs and explore new ideas and concepts in open, collaborative areas. Our students and our community will benefit from the planned Southeast Community Resource Area, which will include a public library, a community center, sports courts, a football field, walking and running track, and a splash pad. This area, yes, will transform what you see here today to a modern education and recreational campus for all generations to enjoy. It is our hope that the rebuilding of Huntington Middle School will be the catalyst of the Southeast Community Resource Area that will spark a renewed interest in the redevelopment of the Southeast community. This is indeed an exciting time, and I am looking forward to this new exciting venture. Join us today as we celebrate this new beginning. Joining us today as we celebrate this new beginning are our city council partners, the school board, our dedicated legislators, educators, and alumni. Please join me in recognizing them. When I call your name, please stand and please hold your applause until all of the names are called. Chairman of the school board, Lisa Searles Law. School board member, Maritza Alger. School board member, Marvin Harris. School board member, Gary Hunter. From the Newport News City Council, our mayor, Philip Jones. Vice Mayor, Curtis Bethany. Councilman John Ely. Councilman Cleon Long. Councilwoman Tina Vick. Our acting city manager, Mr. Alan Archer. Newport News Police Chief Steve Drew. The Commissioner of the Revenue, Tiffany Bull. Our dedicated legislators, Congressman Robert Bobby Scott. Representing Delegate Marcius Price, Ms. Tempest Boone. Delegate Shelley Simon. The Huntington High School alumni and the president, Mr. Lloyd Barner. Huntington Middle School principal, Dr. Regina Stafford. Our Newport News School Division leadership, Superintendent, Dr. Michelle Mitchell. Chief of Staff, Mr. Rashad Wright. Chief Operating Officer, Rusty Fairhart. Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Kip Rogers. And Dr. Tawana Porter Brandon, President of Virginia Community College. Let's give them a round of applause. Did I miss anyone? You all are special, and we thank you so much for coming out. And thank you for being here to help us commemorate this occasion. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our mayor, Mr. Philip Jones.
Good morning. How are we doing? Good morning. Good. Well, I'm starting to sweat through this suit, so I will have some very brief remarks. How about that? Thank you all for coming. This new Huntington Middle School complex is the future for Joseph, who you will soon hear from, and our entire community. This is what our city council and our school board have sought to do from the very beginning. And today, we celebrate the fact that the construction of a new Huntington Middle School is indeed happening. With the approval last month of the final design plan, together, the city and Newport News Public Schools will transform this space into a new state-of-the-art resource center with a library, community center, and of course, the Piece de Resistance, a brand new 21st century middle school. In a whole, there we go, John. In a holistic approach, we are creating a place for our young people with educational services to support their learning and the resources they need to thrive and be successful in life. This transformation has been a long time coming, but together, Newport News Public Schools, city leaders, concerned citizens, and the Huntington alumni in the spirit of resiliency that is so ingrained in Huntington's legacy, have shown that together we truly can make sustainable and lasting change that impacts today and generations to come. I want to first give special thanks and recognition to representatives of the South District, Councilman Vick, Councilman Ely, school board members Dr. Best and Ms. Alger for their extraordinary efforts on this project. Thank you all. Additionally, I want to thank all of my colleagues on City Council. I know I know we argue a lot, but to see everyone come together, whether it's B2 and Curtis in the north, whether it's Pat and Cleon in the central, and we already recognize the south, I could not do this without all of you, so I appreciate you. And also a special shout out to Shelley. I know right now you're in session, and for you to come down, it really means a lot, and with your partnership being former on school board, so we appreciate you. And last but not least, I really want to give a shout out to Alan and to Cindy. I know this has been a long time coming, and the amount of calls that I call you on a daily basis, this really is your win as well. Thank you, Alan and Cindy. And speaking of legacy, we cannot move forward without first celebrating and honoring the rich history of this iconic school that has produced leaders, senators, mayors, doctors, educators, scientists, and the list goes on. Since 1920, this building has represented a legacy of learning, of inspiring teachers and administrators, and exceptional students like Joseph. And that is our continued expectation for Huntington's next chapter, the one where our future leaders will fill the classrooms and continue Huntington's middle and high school's legacy, soaring to even greater heights. You see, it's really just not about the building, is it? This is about community, about wrapping our collective arms around our children and giving them all the tools they need to succeed. They can be inspired by the books they read in the new library, the social skills they learn on the court of the new community center, and I'll be out there, and of course, the lessons they learn in the new classrooms. These are the opportunities being built into the Huntington Middle School Center Complex. This is why Huntington is happening. So in the coming weeks, as you see the new school rising like the phoenix, be reminded that it is being built on a solid foundation, an extraordinary legacy of learning over 100 years. And as the original Huntington High School transforms into the Huntington Center, let us reflect on Mrs. Lucas's book on Huntington High School, and may Huntington continue to be a symbol of community, of hope, and of unity. Together, we honor the history of Huntington by starting a new chapter worthy of its name and legacy. Thank you for being here to honor and celebrate with all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Jones, for your partnership and continued support of Newport News Public Schools. At this time, please join me in welcoming the talented Joseph Small, a 7th grade scholar at Huntington Middle School, who will share his rendition of What a Wonderful World. Joseph.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I see babies cry. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Let's give Joseph another round of applause. And it's because of Joseph and all of the thousands of students like him, this is why we do what we do. And we know our future is bright. Thank you so much, Joseph. Thank you. I do have one additional person to introduce, and please accept my apology. Ms. Quanah Daly is representing the office of U.S. Senator Tim Kaine. Quanah Daly. Thank you. I do apologize. Thank you. And at this time, we will hear from our chairman of the school board, the Honorable Lisa Searles Law.
Joseph, you did a fantastic job.
Yes.
Little does Joseph know that's my husband and my favorite song, so I'm going to try to get through this after having heard you sing it. We are excited today. So this is a proud day for Newport News Public Schools and the City of Newport News. As chairwoman of the school board, I've been looking forward to this next chapter of Huntington's story for a very long time. And as a citizen, I'm thrilled and thankful as well. You see, many of us have unique stories here at Huntington, and while mine does not go as far back as Miss Hall's, Miss Bazemore's, and those alumni who are here with us today, my story is one of great joy. I actually got to enjoy the walls of Huntington Middle School through the job that I do at Jefferson Lab, working with students. Just so happens that the principal at that time was none other than our superintendent, Dr. Michelle Mitchell. To walk into that building and to feel the love that was there, the care for the students, the support, the care for the staff, it was phenomenal to be part of that. That's what our schools are about. That's what Huntington is about. Has a rich, rich history. And from a story of rich history that began for this school in 1920 at the former Joseph Parker School on, do you guys know what street? 18th Street. Yes. Luttrell Palmer was named the principal, and he opened the high school, the first of its kind for black students, with, get this, 92 students and 2 teachers. I don't know if the state would allow us to do that these days. The school was named Huntington High School in honor of Collis P. Huntington, who brought 2 major industries to Newport News, the C&O Railroad and Newport News Shipbuilding. A few years later, a brick high school was constructed on Marshall Avenue, and the school added 6th and 7th grade. Huntington was considered an integral part of the black community, and it thrived. To accommodate the growing student population, The building which housed Huntington High School was enlarged and renamed Paul Lawrence Dunbar Elementary, and a more modern Huntington High School was built in 1936 at this location on Orcutt Avenue. More high school students enrolled here, leading to an expansion in 1943. The next few decades, it proudly served thousands of students. After desegregation in 1971, Huntington became an intermediate school serving 8th and 9th grade students. And in 1981, it became a middle school serving 6th through 8th. Building on this rich legacy of learning, Huntington Middle School will continue to educate our students and proudly serve our community in a new state-of-the-art facility. What's joyful to me is that we are going to see this piece transform, and Huntington facade is going to remain. The school will still be part of the facade, and that means a lot to all of us. And I think I echo the sentiments of previous speakers. However, it is definitely not the building that is Huntington. And it is nothing lost on our board that the work ends with building a building. It does not. We have work to do to make our new building support in the way that our old building supported our community and our students. As the mayor shared, the school board and City of Newport News have worked together to move this vision forward. I need to personally thank you for your vision for our city. You came in and you saw a problem and you fixed it. And I really appreciate that. And to this council, I don't know where you get the energy to do what you do, but thank you for using it for Newport News Public Schools. We are all committed to honoring the past while continuing to instill the values and educational purpose that the Hunting legacy was built. Now we have the honor and privilege of unveiling the new Huntington Middle School. I'm so excited. I ask Mayor Jones, City Council members, school board members, elected officials, President of the Huntington Alumni Association, Mr. Varner, and our scholars, so Joseph, that includes you, to join me at the side of the stage. We present to you Huntington School. You guys would follow me over this way. Come over here,
Can we get
Tina.
Dr. Bass? Yes. Dr. Bass. I'm here. I'm here.
Our Southeast Community Resource Area.
Now, I did hear that you caught that I said Huntington School, right? It is a middle school. But anything with Huntington around for our community is Huntington School. It really is, because we're going to be part of this building. So I'm excited that you all are here. I understand that we have someone who would like to say a little something before we close out. Joseph?
A little too short, but it's okay. That song that I just sang a couple minutes ago was very important to me. That was my past grandfather's favorite song. So that song is very emotional to me. So it was hard for me to get through. So I understand you. But me and my music teacher were trying to choose a song, and I felt like it just came to mind, like he was telling me to do it. So I really appreciate this event and the Huntington school staff and everybody here. Thank you.
He did a good job. Off screen. Well, I want to thank you all for joining us today to commemorate Huntington Middle School, this next chapter. Please visit our refreshment area for a treat, and we have commemorative postcards which are absolutely gorgeous, and bricks from the original building to share as special mementos. And we encourage you to stop by the Newport News television tent to share your memories through video. I am proud to say Huntington is rising. Thank you and have a great day.